Hello, good morning. We are already towards the middle of summer 2025, and let's see again what's been happening in the garden. We will be doing a garden tour today. We are starting here in the front, and we have here some San Marzano tomatoes. If you remember, these were stunted before when there were still sunflowers in this area, but they're already growing so good. They're very lush, they have lots of side branches. We've been harvesting some tomatoes in these five San Marzano tomatoes. We also have four Nagasaki long eggplants in this area, and all the plants they are already thriving. They are growing and they are very healthy, except for these some leaves that are affected by the sun. Summer gardening comes with a lot of challenges. Right now, we have a lot of worms in our garden, so we're just picking them up. Sometimes we spray them with BT. There were also a lot of plants that were affected by spider mites, so we've been removing dead plants that were killed by spider mites. And I'm also surprised because a lot of plants were affected by powdery mildew. I mean, the weather is very weird because sometimes it's hot and then the next day it's cold. So it's from the weather fluctuation. It's affecting the plants. So most of the plants are affected by powdery mildew, and from the intense heat, the spider mites proliferate. There's a lot of spider mite population in the garden, and also there's a lot of worm infestation. But we're just enjoying the garden. We're not stressing too much compared to when we were starting gardening. We're just going with the flow, not stressing too much. Sometimes we treat them, sometimes we just let it ride. Like this zucchini, look at that. We have a big harvest from this one plant of zucchini in the front. That zucchini was infested with powdery mildew, but we're just letting it ride. And the harvest, oh my god, we're harvesting like every day, every other day we have harvest. We've been cooking a lot of tomato sauce, Filipino style spaghetti sauce. We've been eating a lot of cucumber, a lot of cantaloupes. I mean, wow, the harvest is unbelievable. And we have here our Hass avocado. If you notice, the old leaves are starting to turn brown and then there's new leaves coming out. This one is the butternut squash. There you go. It's the butternut squash that we let it climb in this tree. And so far we have one that we already pollinated. This is our lemon tree, and we have at least seven lemons in this tree. Our bird feeder, if you remember, that was our sunflower seed that we harvested from our plant. As I've said about the powdery mildew, this is a squash plant, and most of the leaves were affected by powdery mildew. We have few fruits in this one squash plant in the front, and we've been harvesting some squash and we've been sharing it to the neighbors, to the friends, relatives. We have here also Nagasaki long eggplant. We'll just help in pollinating that flower. I'm not treating this plant anymore because, as I've said, most of the leaves are affected, so I don't want to remove all the leaves. I'll just let the plant or the fruit get mature before removing this plant. So we'll just wait because we still have like 3 or 4 new fruits that were pollinated. So yep, this one plant of squash has been very, very productive. And there you go, our Jubilee watermelon. As I've said before, we were behind on our watermelon because the first one that we planted were eaten by roly-polies. But this one, so far, we've been successful. We have one already that was pollinated and it's growing pretty well. We have the second one here, and we are hoping that will develop into a good-sized watermelon. Our raspberry Liana tomato, that's very very productive, and it's not just very productive, it's been producing huge sized tomatoes. These raspberry Liana tomatoes are a little bit sweet, it's acidic, but it's good on adding on our dishes, like on our pork sinigang, or just adding on our stir fry vegetables in the kitchen. It's really really good. Look at that. That's a lot of harvest. This is our eggplant patch. We have 6 eggplants in this area. Nagasaki long eggplant. Very productive as well. And it started to. I can see some signs of spider mite infestation, and also some signs of overwatering because the leaves are started to get yellow. So we will adjust on our irrigation. For the spider mites, we'll just let it ride. We forgot we have 2 sweet Jenny cantaloupe in this area, and it started to bear some fruits. We have 3 already, 3 that were pollinated. And at the back, we have here the icebox watermelon. No fruit yet from that plant. Our okra, look at that. That's enormous. That's already like 6 feet tall. And we've been harvesting continuously from this plant. It started to throw some side shoots. That's pretty good. So we have few okra plants in this area. We've been, again, as I've said, we've been harvesting. And we really have to be on top, because if you are late in harvesting for a day or two, the okra, it becomes too fibrous, it becomes too woody, and it's hard to eat. These okra are emerald okras. Its variety is called emerald okra. It's very productive. At the side, still in the front, we have our Nagasaki long eggplant, which is severely infested with spider mite. So what we will do, we will harvest all the eggplants. We'll just remove all the eggplants, and then we will heavily prune it. We're done pruning this eggplant. We just left some side shoots that are healthy looking, and our goal is this plant will throw some side shoots, which will eventually produce some eggplants. In the garage, we have here 4 pots of this calamansi or calamundin that we started from seeds. And guess what? We were able to grow bok choy. Look at that. These are 20 pots of bok choy that we planted in the garage. It's pretty amazing growing some bok choy in this in the heat of the summer. It's pretty good. And on top, we have some these are health jumbo cantaloupe. This will be for succession planting. And we have here our previous garlic harvest. These are the big garlic heads that we separated for planting. And these are our tomatoes, our previous tomato harvest that we separated as well. This will be for seed potatoes, and they are started to sprout. So we are cheating these potatoes so that we will be planting it this coming fall. We're done harvesting the vegetables in the front, and as you can see, we harvested a lot of tomatoes, a lot of eggplants, okra, zucchini. There you go. Going back to our garden tour, at the back we have some lemongrass, Thai chili peppers still in this area. They're mostly getting ripe, and we have to harvest those and then let it dry. This one is King of the North sweet pepper. No fruit yet, but there's a lot of buds coming out. In In this area, we have one King of the North sweet pepper here, but we remove it because it was killed by spider mites. Jalapeno, it started to ripen already. This is its fourth year already. And we have our orange bites sweet pepper. It has one pepper fruit that we are waiting to ripen. But we have lots of buds coming out, so we are pretty hopeful that we'll be harvesting a lot of peppers from this plant. In this trellis area, we have sweet Jenny cantaloupe, and we sowed some pole beans, and they are started to come out. So we have to fix this area. We have to add some more strings so that these pole beans have some trellis to climb on. We also have few okras in this area that's been producing, or that's been giving us a few okras. These are corn that we planted in this area, and they're growing nicely. In this rice bag, we have Nagasaki long eggplant. This one is also affected by spider mites, so we'll just do a little bit of pruning. This eggplant started to bear fruit, and behind the eggplant we have our lemongrass. Under the patio cover, we have 2 zucchini plants in this 27-gallon container. We are growing it vertically, and we are removing the side branches so that it will be concentrated on only single stem. We have already one female flower that was pollinated and another female flower that we are waiting for it to bloom before we can pollinate it. Same thing in this pot, King of the North sweet pepper. It has few fruits already, and we already harvested some peppers from this plant. In these 7-gallon pots, we have 2 plants of corbachi pepper. We have 4 pots total, and each pot we have 2 plants, total of 8 corbachi plants. These are sweet peppers. Eggplant, more eggplant. Again, we planted a lot of eggplants because we really love this variety. It's very tender, very sweet. It's very delicious. Next to it, we have 2 15-gallon containers, which was planted 1 King of the North sweet pepper each. And in this third 15-gallon container, we have 2 zucchinis. These are butternut squash that was planted in these 2 7-gallon pots, wherein each plant bears fruit. In this corner of the garden, we have 4 sweet Jenny cantaloupe, which bears 1 cantaloupe in each plant. We also have 3 plants of butternut squash in this area. Total of 4 squashes that are waiting for it to get matured from these 3 plants. Under this trellis, we have 16 okras. These okras are very productive. We've been harvesting a lot from these okra plants. And again, we have to be on top on harvesting because they grow so fast. Just like these plants here, we already have some okras that are matured. They are hard, woody, fibrous, and these are hard to eat. Actually, we cannot eat this anymore because it's really woody. And we have our volunteer sweet potato. It is producing a lot of side shoots. In this trellis area, we have few plants, and we'll start with this Nagasaki long eggplant. If you notice the leaves, it's turning brown because the spider mites, they are sucking the sap from these leaves, which is slowly killing the plants. So what we will do is we will just heavy prune it, and then over time, side shoots will emerge from those branches. Next, we have two butternut squash that was planted in this area. We already harvested few squash from these plants, and there are still two squashes that are remaining in these two plants. We are still waiting for them to get matured before we remove the plant. Under the trellis, we have 6 San Marzano tomatoes, and we already started harvesting tomatoes from these plants. They are very prolific. And again, there's a lot of ripe tomatoes that we'll be harvesting today. These tomatoes, we will be making sauce out of this harvest. And it is our first time planting this variety of tomato. We have one remaining butternut squash and then one kalabasa, or the sweet mama kabucha. Still, Better Boy tomato in this area is still producing, so we just let it be. And we maintain the 2 stems, one going to the right and then one going to the left. In this another trellis under, we have more sweet Johnny cantaloupe. We have 2 Roma tomatoes, and we also have one kalabasa, or the sweet mama kabucha. It has already one kalabasa fruit in this plant. And there's one remaining butternut squash from that one plant. Oh, it's actually 2. So this one is already mature. We can harvest this one. So we'll just remove it. One way to know if this butternut squash are ready to be harvested is the tendrils. If the tendrils turns from green to brown. So again, we have 2 Roma tomatoes from this area, and this is the first time that we are harvesting tomatoes from this Roma tomato plants. We planted the Roma tomatoes because it is my wife's favorite tomato, and I'm sure she's gonna love those tomato harvests. Better Boy, again, we'll just harvest these ripe tomatoes. They're huge. These Better Boy tomatoes really produce huge tomatoes. These are good for making sandwiches. These are Nagasaki long eggplants. We have 2 plants in this area, and these are already ready to be harvested. So we've been harvesting every day, every 2 days. There's always harvest, either tomatoes, eggplants, cantaloupe, cucumber, gourd. The garden has been very, very productive. So we've been harvesting quite a few vegetables. These are Thai chili pepper, and a lot of them are getting ripe. We will harvest this all, and then we will let it dry. Close to the chili peppers, we have our same Better Boy tomato, still producing quite a few tomatoes. And these are really huge. Wow. This one, we will leave it there. We will harvest it in a day or 2, and we'll just let it ripen some more. Next to that Better Boy tomato, we have Kentucky bush beans. As you can see, a lot of the leaves are chewed by the worms. You can tell that the worms chew the leaves because there are worm droppings. So tonight we will spray these bush beans with BT. And we also interplanted some corn. They're started to grow bigger. So that's pretty good. And these beans, they already started to produce some bean pods. So we will be harvesting beans from these plants in the coming days. We have here kalabasa, sweet mama kabocha. This is very delicious variety of squash, very sweet, creamy. We have also here Jubilee watermelon, which produced or bears one fruit that was already pollinated. This one, Roma tomato. This tomato has quite a few tomatoes in this plant. We'll just harvest the ripe ones. The soil from this area of the garden is always dry, even though it has drip irrigation. So the problem is these Roma tomatoes are starting to have some blossom end rot. Yeah, I almost forgot the term. Blossom end rot from underwatering. So we'll just give them frequent water aside from the water that they are receiving from the drip irrigation. These are Armenian cucumber, and these surely are able to withstand the heat. They are thriving, they are producing a lot of female flowers, a lot of cucumbers. Oh my God, we've been harvesting a lot from this plant. More butternut squash. We have 2 plants in this area. Each plant bears 1 fruit. And if you can see, we have our second Roma tomato in this area. And behind it, we have those big cucumber. Look at that. This cucumber is ginormous. What we're doing with this ginormous cucumber is we are sauteing them, and then we are adding sardines. The small ones, we are eating them raw or fresh. These are very delicious. Oh my God, I totally forgot this plant. We have some beets in this area. Wow, these are the chaga beets that we planted in this area, and I totally forgot it. These are the ones that has white and red stripes, like those candy cane, the color of the candy cane. And this is very, very delicious. I love this variety of beets. I just boil them for a minute or 2 and then just eat them as it is. It's very delicious. Wow, you know what? These Roma tomatoes, they're very prone for getting blossom end rot. And yeah, these are planted in these containers, so a lot of the tomatoes were affected. So we'll just remove all those tomatoes that have blossom end rot, and we'll just give them a good soak of water, and we'll make sure that we will water it every day, because once you let them dry, blossom end rot kick in. It's not the calcium, guys. It's not the calcium. It's watering. And here we have 2 gourd plants or upo, and we have also 2 Hales jumbo cantaloupe. It's already very hot in our area. It's mostly high 90s, so it's really hard to plant new plants. It's very hard to plant those transplants because they'll just ended up dying from the extreme heat. And it's hard for them to grow bigger. They'll just end up wilting or end up eaten by roly-polies. We have gourds here. We have 2 gourds that are ready to be harvested. We already harvested 3 gourds from these 2 plants, and we have more small-sized gourds that were pollinated. So we're just waiting for them to grow bigger again before we can harvest them. But we have 2 that are ready, and these are Better Boy tomatoes. We have 3 plants in this second raised bed, and we'll just harvest all the ripe ones. I find it good to plant this Better Boy tomato in our area, in our garden, because last year these Better Boy tomatoes produced tomatoes until cold season, until winter time. They were producing a one or two tomatoes, so not bad. So we always make sure that this variety of tomatoes are planted in the garden because it can withstand the frost. We have here two watermelons. Again, those were recently transplanted, and I don't think they will grow bigger because it's getting pretty hot. It's in the middle of the summer. We have here our chayote and the sweet Jenny cantaloupe. We have two plants there. Each has one cantaloupe fruit in each plant. More chayote. We're almost done, and here we have more eggplant and King of the North sweet pepper. And it's pretty amazing that this eggplant started to grow some healthy leaves because I thought this will not survive from the spider mite infestation. That's it. We're all done with our garden tour. We all done harvesting a lot of vegetables. As I've said, we're already in the middle of the summer. It's almost fall season. So we'll just enjoy this bountiful harvest before we transition the garden from summer to fall or slash winter gardening. So thank you so much for staying with me today, and may God bless you always.